Speed 80 WPM. Be ready. 5 seconds. Madam Speaker, an organization of this magnitude, vested with varied responsibilities, is expected to earn like a commercial enterprise but serve like a welfare organization. These two objectives are like two rails of the railway track, which though travel together but never meet. So far, Indian Railways have managed to do tight rope walking by balancing these twin conflicting objectives. Social service obligation rose from 9.4% of gross traffic receipts in 2004-5 to 16.6% in 2010-11. In 2012-13, such obligations stood over rupees 20,000 crore. The total investment, which is the plan outlay under budgetary sources in the same year, was rupees 35,241 crore. As an amount, the burden of social service obligation is more than half of the size of our plan outlay under budgetary sources. Madam Speaker, an organization spending an amount equivalent to more than half of its plan outlay under budgetary sources on social obligations can hardly have adequate resources for its development works. However, Madam Speaker, Indian Railways would continue to fulfill its social obligations, but sustaining these objectives beyond a point is not possible without compromising on efficiency and safety of train operations. We have a total track length of 1.16 lakh kilometers, 63,870 coaches, more than 2 lakh wagons and 13 lakh employees. This calls for expenditure on fuel, salary and pension, track and coach maintenance, and more importantly on safety works. This takes up most of our earning from the gross traffic receipts. In the year 2013-14, gross traffic receipts were rupees 1,39,558 crore and total working expenses were rupees 1,30,320 crore, which works out to an operating ratio of almost 94%. This, Madam Speaker, implies that we spend 94 paise out of every rupee earned, leaving 6 paise only as surplus. This surplus, apart from being meager, is continuously on decline due to non-revision of fare. The surplus after paying obligatory dividend and lease charges was rupees 11,000 crore in 2007-8 and is estimated to be rupees 602 crore in the current financial year. Madam Speaker, this meager surplus so generated is required to finance the plan outlay for safety capacity expansion, infrastructure, improving passenger services and amenities. Funds to the tune of about rupees 5 lakh crore and around rupees 50,000 crore per year for next 10 years are required for ongoing projects alone. This leaves a huge gap between what is available as surplus and what is needed. While prudent efforts should have been made to address this gap, the tariff policy adopted lacked rational approach. Passenger fares were kept lower than costs, thus causing loss in the passenger train operations. This loss kept on increasing from 10 paise per passenger kilometer in 2004-5 to 23 paise in 2012-13 as the passenger fares were kept low always. On the other hand, freight rates were revised periodically and kept high in order to compensate the losses sustained in passenger sector, resulting in freight traffic getting diverted consistently. Also, the share of railways in freight traffic came down consistently in the last 30 years. Madam Speaker, it is important to note that decline in the share of total freight traffic is potential revenue loss.